Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your time. So today's video, I wanted to run you through my pretty much everyday glowy makeup routine for oily skin. I love having healthy glowy skin, but because I am oily, I can't just like overdo it with the dew. So I'm gonna give you my tips on how I still get fresh looking skin in under 15 minutes. This is perfect for my moms on the go. If you are a working mama and you want to look put together but not overly done, this is going to be your new go-to makeup look. These are products that are staple in my collection and some of them are new. So with that said, you already know, grab your cafecito and let's jump right into today's video. Let's start off with the skin since I'm not going to do anything with the eyes. Let's start with the skin. As always, I do have to minimize the pores because I do have larger pores because I have oily skin. Let me take a quick sip of my water. I've been trying to stay hydrated because my skin and my hair has been so dried out these past few months. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of my Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. This is such an icon primer for me at this point. I use it pretty much every time I am doing my makeup routine, regardless of what type of look I'm going for. This is always like the primer that I grab because it just works so well, you guys. It's a little bit on the pricier side, but if you get the smaller one, this one is about $19 for, I think it's like the travel size. Again, it'll last you forever and it's totally worth it. So I don't know if you guys saw a difference. It looks a little bit more matte on this area as well as like the texture is gone. So that is why I love this primer. And typically I like to use it with a brush or just really use my fingers. But for today, we're just going to use a brush. So that is done. Now, because I am oily, I do have to go in with a mattifying primer. But what I've been using instead is the One Size Beauty Secure the Sweat. If you guys want my full coverage routine for oily skin, then check out the video that is that is linked up here. I recently updated my makeup routine and I just kind of showed you guys what I like to do. This primer is clutch for summer, you guys. You only need a tiny bit. And the reason why I say that is because if you use too much, it will peel on the skin. So I'm just going to take that to the area where I do get tons of oil, which is always my T-zone. And again, you don't need a lot. Literally, the smallest amount will do. And I'll just tap it all around my nose. And then here, because I do get pretty oily here, I put some on the back of my hand. And then on my fingers, I'm using them to press it in. I'm avoiding this area because this is the area that I want the skin to look nice and glowy. So for the glow, you can either use the e.l.f. little glow, what's it called? I never know the names, but you know which one I'm talking about. Either that one or the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. The reason why I like this one a little bit more than that one is because this one is a primer, concealer, and highlighter, and a BB cream. So if you suffer from like discoloration or anything, this is going to be your go-to. By the way, this is a no foundation. Sorry, that's like really loud. This look requires absolutely no foundation, which is why, again, I like it so much. So I'm just going to use this on the outer perimeters, so just right around here. And again, I'm avoiding the T-zone. So right here, I'm avoiding all this because I do not want to get oily. And then we are going to go in with concealer to conceal these dark circles. If you don't have dark circles, you can probably skip out on that, but I have dark circles, so I gotta go in with that. You can use a brush or you can use a sponge to push this in. I'm just gonna use my sponge. This is the Juno & Co. Velvet Sponge, which you can buy at Target. I'm gonna go in and color correct first. This is my absolute favorite corrector of all time. I've been using this for a few years now and I swear by it. It really does make a difference because I've noticed that when I don't use it because I'm either being too lazy or I just forget, I do notice that my concealer tends to look a little gray, and this just kind of brightens up the under eye. It conceals the darkness. I also like to bring it into the inner corner. Since I'm not going to do any eyeshadow today or foundation, I am going to bring it up to here. That way it cancels the darkness in the inner corner as well. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with concealer. When I do looks like this, like my 15-minute makeup look, I don't like to use a concealer that's too light on my skin because I feel like it looks a little bit off since I'm not wearing foundation. So I'm gonna use a concealer that's closer to my skin tone that'll match me a little bit better so the difference is not so big. This is the Rewind Blurring Full Coverage Concealer by Haley's. Sorry guys, I think I'm getting sick and I'm getting super nasally. This is such a good concealer. I haven't used it in a while though because I didn't want to finish it. And so I was like, okay, let me not use it and let me save it for a rainy day. Well, today is a rainy day. Now with my concealer, I am a little more generous since I'm not using any foundation. And then whatever's left, I kind of take it right here since I have a lot of like redness. Usually it's hormonal redness. So I just need a little bit. Again, using that sponge, bring it to the sides. Now my concealer, I am going to bring it all over my lids, because I do want to cover the discoloration around my eyes. And then whatever I have left on my sponge, I kind of just like bring it around the nose. Just like that. I mean, you can see a big difference. Just like that. Now it looks like we have full on foundation, and we don't, you guys. Like, this is just all natural skin and it's so light. I love this. So I'm gonna add a little bit of bronzer just to bring a little bit of life. I'm gonna use my Nude Sticks Nudies Matte in Bondi Bay. This is my favorite for when I'm doing a very natural look. Another one I wanted to mention is the Tower 28 in Sculptino. This is another great one if you are looking for a sheer buildable bronzer that's creamy, lightweight, perfect for the summer. And as you can see, like, it barely gives you any color. Not that it barely gives you color, but it's almost like a very, yeah, barely there look where it's not too much, very minimal. Oh my gosh, you guys, have you ever seen a show? Okay, I don't know what it's called. I saw it years ago. It was a show where they talked about like crazy medical things that have happened to people. And for some reason, this stuck with me. To this day, it lives rent-free in my mind. There's this lady that one day randomly woke up with like an English accent. If you guys know what I'm talking about, let me know in the comment section down below. But one day she randomly woke up and she had an English accent. Never in her life had she been to Paris or England or anywhere where they have an English accent, and it was like a medical condition. I forgot what it's called. It's been too long now. I'll have to look it up now. But it like baffled me. To this day, I'm like, what if one day I wake up with like an Australian accent or something? That would low-key be cool, but I hope she's okay. Now for my blush, I'm gonna use this one. This is new by Catrice. It is the Cheek Face Stick in the shade, what color is this? RN Peach. It is beautiful. I just got these in PR. Any blush that you want will actually work. I'm just going to use a brush to buff it in. This has a nice dewy glow to it. And I am going to tap this in. I'm going to take a little bit to like the top of the forehead, not the top, but like where the brows are. I saw this on TikTok as a filter once, and ever since I tried it out myself, for some reason, I really like it. There's something about adding blush right here. I don't know. It just kind of like brings together like your entire face. I don't know. Try it and let me know if I'm just crazy or what. But I'm also going to take some to the center of the nose. Kind of like the sunburn look. The very last wet product I will be using is a liquid highlighter. Now this one is one of my favorites. It is the Light Lock Highlight Fluid by About Face. And I'm just going to tap it in. The only thing is that this product does set really quickly. So just be careful. And again, because I do want my skin to still look radiant, glowy, summery, fresh, I'm not going to overly set the skin. I'm going to take a powder puff and I'm going to use my favorite setting powder, which is Beauty Bakery Flower Setting Powder. And this is in cassava yellow. I'm gonna use a little bit of a highlighter blush. This one is from Catrice Cosmetics. It's the Air Blush Glow in Coral Sky, kind of to match the blush that we have going on, and I'm gonna just tap all over it. And then if I ever have time, I swear I can do this in 15 minutes because I just got it down like that. But if I ever do have a few extra minutes, I like to go in with a little bit of bronzer. And I'll just throw that into my crease really quick. As you can see, this is not going to add too much dimension, but it's going to add enough depth where the eyes won't look so like hollow and flat. And I'll just connect that to the nose contour and bring it up to the brows. And I swear it makes the littlest of difference, but it really, really does make a difference. So I'm just quickly going to take a fluffy brush and I just run it through the crease, which is why I also like to set the crease or the lid so I can go and use a little bit of my powder bronzer. I'm gonna curl my lashes. If I don't want to apply mascara, what I like to do is I like to add a little bit of Vaseline onto the lash curler and I curl my lashes, and I swear it'll keep your lashes curled all day. But I do want to add a little bit of mascara today. My favorite mascaras to use are 3. So I like to use the Bad Gal Bang Bang mascara or Bang mascara. This is my absolute holy grail. I've even purchased a second tube. The Level Up mascara from ColourPop is great to lengthen, and then Rare Beauty is also another great one. So for today, I'm going to use my ColourPop Level Up mascara. To add some final touches, I do like to remark my beauty spots, my beauty marks, my, what do you call them? My lunares. That's how I know them in Spanish. And then, of course, we're going to add a little bit of gloss. I don't do a lipstick, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to line my lips with this ColourPop lip liner. And then for my gloss, I'm going to use this CoverGirl Fresh lip gloss. And then, of course, we're going to set the skin. I'm going to use my favorite setting spray at the moment, which is the Charlotte Tilbury, but use whatever you want because I know this is a little expensive. And here you have it, you guys. This is my 15-minute go-to makeup look. It's fresh, it's glowy, it's a little bit bronzy. I feel like the blush stands out more, which is more me, and it just screams summer for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know what your 15-minute routine looks like. I would love to know what you guys use, what you don't use, because honestly, foundation, I can live without foundation. If my skin looks this good, I am totally okay with it. So with that said, thank you so much for being here. I love you all. Stay safe, and until next time, I'll see you guys in my next video.